One of the most feared outcomes of the TV world, besides not getting your show made in the first place, is the sophomore slump, when you have a first season that everyone loves and then you have to make a second season knowing all those fans expect that quality level to continue, but you're struggling to keep it up. And that is definitely what happened in the second season of Lost. It's clear that the producers themselves were a bit surprised by how big a hit the show became, and they clearly received a message from ABC that this was going to be the network's flagship series for the foreseeable future. So now they were stuck in the quite unenviable position of having to keep the show going with no idea how long they would have to keep doing it. And yet, I still don't think that excuses the quality dip we saw here. The whole Dharma thing was a neat idea, but it couldn't sustain the amount of time that was devoted to it. At the end of Season 2, we know nothing more about them than we did after first seeing the Swan film, so by the season finale I'd completely stopped caring. It's also notable how the use of flashbacks really went downhill in this season. About half the time it felt like they were there just because they always had been, rather than because they served any purpose anymore in letting us know the character in question better. The whole thing about pushing the key has the same problems as the Dharma thing. It started out as an interesting addition to the theme of fate versus free will, but there wasn't enough to this plot device to deserve a season-long story arc, and once again, by the time it was revealed that the need to push it was real, I had long since stopped caring. And worst of all is the season's effect on the others. In Season 1, they were a mysterious, threatening force and worked great. But Season 2 actually started to try to make us question the others and whether they might have good reasons for their actions, which, as I've given ample evidence of, was utter crap. I actually first read Frank Herbert's Dune shortly after the series ended and loved it, and a large part of the appeal was that it featured a group called the Bene Gesserit, who are a lot like the others, a mysterious group of people who manipulate and kill whoever they like, all while insisting that their actions serve some abstract greater good. And in Dune, you're not supposed to just accept that. The book's hero, Paul Atreides, questions their motivations right from the start, and in the final chapter he gives an absolutely awesome speech about how they were undeniably wrong to do nothing about his father's murder, and even though he's become everything they were hoping for as a result of that inaction, he refuses to follow their script now that it's happened. It's a real shame that a 50-year-old book handled these kinds of characters so much better than this supposed masterpiece of television. The total episode score here is 132 out of 230, and I rank it 5th among the 6 seasons. And I apparently wasn't alone in thinking this season was a quality drop, as the rating steadily declined for its entire second half and really dropped like a stone at the beginning of Season 3. Speaking of which, that's coming up next, so you can all look forward to my take on Juliet, Nikki and Paolo, and Bai Ling.